Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The immaculate conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai.
Oh, shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
I just did it.
Okay, welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're up and running today. We got Saturday, Sunday, 2 more days to the Passover. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and get class started like we always do. Nothing different today. We're going to go ahead and start out with questions. So let's get the link out first. Let's get the link out first, and then we'll go into questions. And I'm not going to take questions long, because I really got a class that I want to go over that I think is going to help further strengthen sisters and brothers. So go ahead and send the link out if everybody can, and then we're gonna send it through the class, and everybody tell everybody to send the link out on class there too. What do we got here? We are at 8524 South Braeswood in Houston, Texas, and that's 77071. Okay, we have classes Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So you brothers and sisters are welcome to come through and join us. My number is 281-707-2737 if y'all have any questions, or if y'all want to talk about anything. Of course, for all you sensible brothers and sisters. All right, because Kazak is getting too old for arguments. I'm not going to deal with your doubtful disputation. But if you have any questions, you want to know a few things, you can hit me up. It's 281-707-28737. All right. We have classes in San Antonio, Texas. We have classes in Albuquerque. If you want to know about that, hit us up. We've given the address many times. We're also working on classes in Trinidad. I want to salute you brothers and sisters down there. We miss y'all. Stay in the spirit, and let's keep it rolling. What else we got here? We got classes in Austin going. We're getting that rolling, and when we get something established, we're gonna get with you. I want to also say shalom to the brother in Dallas, Zion in Dallas. When you're ready, we're going to be out there also. So we got these things up and going, and trying to listen, just do our job. You know what I mean? Sure. This ain't about fame. This ain't about any false lifting up. This is about us just putting our brick in, because everything else is garbage anyway. You know what I mean? So it's just about us putting our brick in and trying to do for the Most High in Christ. All right. What else we got here? Class, children's class. We have every Sundays at 12, right?
11.
Oh, excuse me, at 11 on Sundays. So we're going to be starting that next Sunday. We're going to get the Passover out of the way, and then we're going to start back on our regularly scheduled program. It's been a lot of things going on for this whole month. We also have our Hidden Truth Hidden Truth radio show. It's going to be airing April 3rd at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And this is every Tuesday. We finally got it out here in Houston, Texas. And it's 93.3 Global Radio. And please support that. When I mean support it, meaning that, listen, you guys, if y'all have any questions, ideas, if y'all have anything, topics y'all want us to go over, that's anytime. You can hit us up in all these venues and just ask. All right. Please check out Mashaba Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA, and that's Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. And all his old blog talks, every blog talk is recorded. You can check it out up there. I mean, listen, Mashaba, old school. All right? Mashaba, Banabad's on there. I think we got some Karash on there. Karash goes way back. He goes way back to Brooklyn. I was a little man in Brooklyn. He was in the camp. So very sharp brothers, man. So please check those things out. All right. Let's see here. Passover is going to be held at Sterling Banquet Hall, and that's 5475A West Houston, Sam Houston Parkway, North Houston, Texas 77042. All right. So if y'all want to support, come through, say shalom, get something to eat, get some brotherhood, some sisterhood, you're welcome. Check us out at isbhpk.org. That's up and running. We're trying to get that better also. All right. And once again, if you want to give any alms, offerings, books, Bibles, papers, pencils, anything, please, the information to be there on the screen. If you want to do financial, the information will be on their screen. All right, so we're going to open it up with these questions. Nobody got questions? I got a real good class that's needed. As you'll see on there, the title is what?
When to cut a brother off.
When to cut a brother off. So it's going to be a lot of good information coming out on this. A lot of scriptures. What kind of building did Christ hold his Passover in? It wasn't nothing specific. You know, like, you can't read of anything specific about, you know, when they came together and if it was a specific building. You just read that he told them to go prepare the Passover. Right? And that's a question from the brother Ronnie that always listens in and comes to class. But yeah, there was nothing specific. You don't read about, unless I'm tripping, not a specific building. But it was where brothers came together. Yeah. It didn't matter where it was. But as long as you were doing the convocation, right? So look up the word convocation, because it's not about the actual building, but it is about the brotherhood. Right. So wherever y'all choose to meet, you're going to choose to do it. A lot of people think, well, I don't have to do it with brothers. Yeah, you do. That's the whole point. Like, you think you're going to be in the kingdom, and I'm not saying this to Ronnie, I'm just saying to that mind, is that a lot of us think that we're going to be in the kingdom doing the Passover at home. Because they do that now. Like, oh, I don't have to do it with brothers. That's not what the Passover, that's not what the law says. Right. So the thing I'm going to point out in the law, which is a holy convocation, and I'm answering this question and throwing this in there also because it really gives you the mind of the scriptures. It wasn't no specific like building. It said it had to be this tall, this short, this big. It was just wherever y'all did it, it had to be done according to the law. That's all that mattered. It had to be done according to the law. So in the law, the word is holy convocation. Now, what do you got for convocation?
An assembly.
A what?
An assembly.
A what?
An assembly.
Right. So a lot of people think, well, I don't gotta assemble. I don't have to have no unity. The whole Passover was us coming out of Egypt as a nation. It was to resemble that. It wasn't. What you think there was one loner talking about? You know what? I don't want to come out when y'all come out. I'm gonna cross the sea when I want to cross the sea. I can see Israel doing that though. I'm gonna cross the sea when I want to cross the sea. No, we all crossed the sea together, and we got out together. So that's why it's a holy assembly. What else?
To call together.
The what?
To call together.
To what?
To call together.
Gather yourselves together. To call together. Israel always hard on the law, right?
God.
The Israelites pick and choose what the heck they want to follow. That's what it is. You can't fool me. I've been around a long time. You can't fool me with this. You know what I mean? Israelites be picking and choosing. They be hard on the Sabbath law, but when it comes to other things in the law, they be like, well, no. And I'm not saying you got to do it with us. I'm just saying that you better be gathering with somebody. You better be in the body of somebody, not just you and your family talking about, yeah, I'm gathering with me and my wife. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Think about you telling Yahushua that. You know what I mean? Yahushua, I'm celebrating the Passover with me and my rib. We went to the feast. Said 3 times we were supposed to appear before the Lord. That means all the nation went up. It wasn't no loners and long wolves. None of that. So convocation means what?
To summon or meet. To call together. Or an assembly.
There you go. To summit or meet. So, no, there was no specific building. We know that in Jerusalem, when we had power, right, the law was kept to go to Jerusalem, right? Go back. Let's go there real quick. Let me show you real quickie. And it's in Luke. I know it's there. It's in Luke. Let me see here. It's in Luke here. Yeah, 2.
Luke 2.
Yeah, Luke 2.
Go ahead.
Ian 39 on down.
Yes, sir. Luke chapter 2, verse 39.
Go ahead.
And when they had performed all things according to the law of the Lord, they returned into Galilee,
right,
to their own city Nazareth. And the child grew,
right,
and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of Yahweh was upon him.
Right, talking about Yahushua. Go ahead.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
Wait. Hold.
Nice.
They stood at home and chilled, talking about, I don't gotta go over with no brothers.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the
Because
Passover.
that was the custom. When we had control, obviously, You know what I mean? We had control. We went up to Jerusalem. So now we're scattered through the four corners of the earth. Anywhere you pick and assemble as a body. That's why I said this ain't a ploy to get you to come to my Passover, our Passover. Right? This ain't about that. This is destroying that old wicked individual mind. You understand? And showing that you better be, I don't care what camp it is. Whether it's with Israel United, if you listening to Israel United, you better go to Israel United. If you listen with GOCC, you better go to GOCC Passover. If you listen to whoever you listen to, you better be joining with them. Because that's the commandment. You see that? I mean, you got to do it with those body of brothers and sisters, because the Most High is not about individualism. He's not about that. So, back to the question, there was no specific, like, order on the building. You know, even here, it says they went to Jerusalem. And I'm sure they did it in the greatest temple in Jerusalem, right? But, you know, you see that's not in there. Because why? The point was going before the people, the people going up before the Most High. You know, wherever y'all choose. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Verse 42.
Read 41 again.
Verse 41.
Right.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
Right.
And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
See, you go. There you go. So just to show you that we went up to Jerusalem. We actually got out of our house and went up and congregated and assembled a body of people together in unity. Okay? So, yeah. So, yeah, Ronnie, biblically, there was no specifics on, I mean, I'm thinking that's the question. Well, no, he said it to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that's the question you meant. What kind of building did Christ hold his Passover in? What kind of building? Yeah.
In Luke, it talks about when he had sent John and Peter.
Yeah.
He sent them into the city, and then he found a man with a pitcher of water.
Right.
And then they just told him the master.
He wants a place. So
he celebrated in the guest chamber.
Oh, right.
The guest chamber.
Yeah, let's go there though. Let's go there. Yeah. Because it does get specific on what type of a little place it was. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? Because the scripture's going to show it wasn't nothing specific. It was like, okay, we finna have the Passover here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this is going to facilitate us coming together.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
It's Luke chapter 22, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
It said, then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed. And he sent Peter and John, saying, go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat.
Uh-huh.
And they said unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare?
Right.
And he said unto them, behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in. And ye shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber, where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples?
Yeah, like we're doing. We rent these buildings out. We get a little spot, and we what? We eat the Passover. Right? So yeah. But when we were in power, you know what I mean? When we had to where we can go up and they didn't overthrow Jerusalem. You see, we went up to Jerusalem. Y'all see that? And that was Luke what?
Luke chapter 22, verse 7 on down. To read it to verse 14 actually too.
Yeah, that's good. That's good though. Okay, so all right. So hopefully that helps out, Ronnie. What other questions. We're going to get these out of the way. I'm not going to do questions the whole night, though, because I got a real good class. Yeah.
I was going to say, also pertaining to the Passover. Remember when you were asked something similar? We went to Chronicles. It's in Esdras too, First Esdras.
Yeah.
Where it spoke about all the lambs and everything that was killed. And it was showing how there hasn't been such a Passover since. But it was just showing that it wasn't like you and your family just gathered together.
Nah.
It was like a whole...
It was the whole nation. It was the whole nation.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because it was like thousands.
And the reason why I didn't go there, because that wasn't the specifics of his question. But, you know, that was the part I was bringing out, was that it didn't have nothing to do with the building place. It just had something to do with, y'all do it together. Congregate. You know, even when you go in Egypt, it was, you know, you go into your house, you know what I mean? Remember, that death angel was going over. But whoever next to you, y'all doing it together. You know what I mean? If they don't got a lamb in the law, you go eat with the person next door. It wasn't about you eating alone. The whole point was about us doing it together. See, a lot of Israelites don't get that. You know what I mean? A lot of these new cats, that they want to still deal with this individualism and I don't need to do that. That's your way. No, it ain't got nothing to do with our way. The Most High ordained that. Well, I don't want to go up. I don't want to put my spirit into doing it that way, you know, which is BS, because for Christmas, Halloween, for family reunions, what happened? You get your best suit, you get fly, and you what? You go meet family and you do these things. So it's just something to keep in mind, man. Gotta keep it in mind.
Sir.
Yeah.
So next question.
Yeah.
So the question is, my birthday is a very well-known Arabic name. Now that I am in the truth, I would like a name to match my heritage. What do I do?
You know, once again, when everybody asks this question, I ask them who they around. You know what I mean? And if you're by yourself, well, then you got to get familiar with Hebrew. And you got to get a name. You know what I mean? You got to get a name. You got to change. You don't got to... remember, Paul he used both of his names. Right? He used his citizenship. And because a lot of brothers really going off on that too, like it's like you got to change your name, like birth certificate wise. I mean, nobody knows me but by my Hebrew name since I was 5. You know what I mean? But I still have my slave name. Now it makes sure I'm able to function. You know what I mean? In society. So yeah, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, but it's not like you have to. There's nothing wrong with changing your whole name over too, but when you want to ask the technicalities of the scriptures, you know, you look at Paul, he had both of his names. You look at a lot of these brothers in the past, they had both of their names, but they were known to the brothers for something else. You know what I mean? Their people was something else. But you got to get some Hebrew going. You know, it's kind of easy when you're amongst people. Because, you know, brothers ask us and then we go over the Hebrew. We go over the Hebrew and we give brothers names according to their character. We don't name a brother just according to, you know, you want to get a name according to your character, bro. You know, think about... Let's go back. Think about how the people of the Bible were named. You see that? Jacob. Right? Jacob, which means what? They named Jacob as remember, coming out of the womb, supplanter. There was something in the spirit they wanted a name. Right? To supplant. Then when he wrestled the angel, it said what? Israel. He is a prince that has power. Your name's going to be changed into Israel. Isaac means what? Laughter. Right? Why? Because Sarah did what? She laughed when they said she's going to have a baby because she was old. So you see instances things. We had meaning behind our name. You know, it wasn't just, you know what I mean? You know, what's your name gonna be? Man, I'm gonna be the killer. The killer for Christ. There's nothing wrong with Harag. There's many Harags in the truth. But at the same time, are you naming yourself just to be cool as hell? Or are you naming yourself according to your spirit? Now, there are many killers in the truth. I ain't gonna lie. So don't get me wrong. I'm saying you want to name yourself according to like the scriptures, how we did it in the book, which was we went through the scriptures, we looked at after our character, we you know what I mean? We see what type of individual you are, and you would get the name according to that, right? You got to watch what names you get. You know, you can't be the peacemaker and then what? You start a division. Hey, all right, listen. Nabal, you remember Nabal? Remember David went through running from Saul, right? And then Nabal's wife, I forgot her name. She went, but Nabal was like, listen, let me, what was it that he wanted?
David?
Yeah, what was it that David wanted and Nabal was like, lie?
He just wanted like some food, I think. He was hungry. He was hungry or thirsty.
Nah, we got to double check on that, but let me just generalize it. David wanted something from Nabal. Nabal was like, who's David?
Yeah.
Like, who the hell are you? Right? But Nabal in Hebrew is fool. Now, who knew that his name was going to be fool? When his parents named him, what spirit were they in to be able to say, this guy's going to be a fool? Or, hold on a second, let me say this. Or they seen him and they were like, we were foolish to think the Most High wouldn't bless us.
Okay.
So you get a name, but that name can also define you. So you got to watch it, what name you get.
Okay.
You see that? We were named after, you know, our names meant things. Let me think of another name. What does Shamuel mean? Samuel. What does Samuel mean?
Samuel.
I forgot. I gotta check that one. Shamuel is in Hebrew, Samuel. But we, you know, our names meant things, man.
Shamuel.
Shamuel. I'll get the correct on there. I know. Now you're like, wait a minute. How you really say that? But yeah, it's these things we got to keep in mind when we get our names. You know, Samuel in Hebrew is Shamwa'ala. Shamwa'ala.
How you spell that?
Sha, Ma, Wa, A, and La.
Oh, I slick.
No, that's how you spell it. You spell it in Hebrew.
Right.
You got to know the
Yeah,
Hebrew.
it's
Sha, Ma, Wa, A, and La. But how you put them together is Sham, Wa'ala. Which is Samuel. It says, oh, makes sense. Heard of God. Shum or name of God. I'm going to double check that. It says heard of God, but Shum is name.
Yeah.
You right?
Got it.
Shum wa Allah, which would be name of God. So I'm going to double check that one. But my point is this. When Samuel he heard the voice of the Most High. He said, huh? Right? Heard of God, right? But his mama named him. You see that? So these names meant things, man. It wasn't.
That's cold.
Yeah.
I just thought about it. Damn.
Yeah, it's like instances and times. Like, think about Isaac. Laughter. Laughter. They named Isaac Laughter because Sarah, or who was it? I always get them mixed up. Was it Sarah? Laughed. Sarah laughed when he said she's going to have a baby. That's so old. So they named him what? Laughter. You see that? Instances, times. That's how you would name yourself. Now, going back to your question, how would you do that in Hebrew? You know? I'm just going a little deeper to show you that. Find something that fits your spirit. Find something that goes with you.
Scripture, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 41, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
It says, have regard to thy name,
Ooh.
for that shall continue with thee
Ooh.
above 1,000 great treasures of gold.
Oh. Ugly, huh?
Wow.
Ugly but beautiful. 41 and what?
12.
Yep. That's right on point. That's right on point. So, yeah, you gotta keep your name. What is that name going to define you as?
Okay.
What is this name going to embody you as? Right? It's you. It could be your strength or your weakness. What's your name mean?
Like a rock.
What does it mean?
To battle.
His name means to battle. Now, if you know this brother, he can be battling for the truth, fighting for it. But on the other side, his weakness can be everything's a god darn it battle. Right? Everything's a battle with him. Right? So, you see? But he was given his name because brothers looked at his character. Brothers looked at him. And brothers seen that he's going to battle for the truth. Not in a negative connotation, not in a negative way, but he's going to battle for the truth. He's going to have to fight for this. So he was named to battle. Like a rock. Right? So that's how you get your names, according to the character, your character, man, that defines you. All right? So, yeah, going over the Hebrew, I mean, of course, we use ancient Hebrew names. That's what the pronunciation we're pronouncing is ancient Hebrew. So it might sound different in the modern Hebrew. The so-called Jews, they speak a whole different dialect. We say, thank you, Tawada. They say, Tava. Tava. Yeah, because they add vowels, and that's why you see a lot of brothers and sisters online. They don't have the ancient Hebrew. They speak the dialect. A lot of them speak it like the so-called Jews.
Okay.
But we study the ancient Hebrew. Okay? So, I mean, and we can help you too. I mean, what name you looking for, whatever. You know, unfortunately, you're not here, so we couldn't tell you, oh yeah, well, you're like this, brother. This is your character. This is what type of brother you are. You know, the scriptures say, know them that labor amongst you. So the gift of knowing them that labor amongst you, you can help them out in a lot of areas like that. If you are around brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, but brothers that ask them, say, hey, what you think? What you think of my character? What type of brother am I? You know what I mean? So that's how we did it all the time in Israel, man. I mean, I'm talking about as a nation of Israel, we grew here in America. You know, brothers were given names according to their spirit and their character. All right, so yeah, if you need any help, I can try to help as much as I can. All right, was that it?
Come.
Okay.
Oh, we got Luke chapter 23, verse 43.
Uh-huh.
Did Yahushua take the man to heaven with him when he died?
Let's go there.
Luke chapter 23, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And that was his question.
Right. So, where is paradise? That's what we got to understand. What is paradise? I can answer this. I can go real long with this question. But I'm going to make this very simple. Where's paradise at? What?
That's where the Most High dwells?
That's where the Most High dwells. What's another name for paradise?
Heaven.
Heaven.
Done.
Right? But now, in heaven, or where the Most High dwells, what happens?
Where Most High dwells.
Yeah.
Your spirit becomes like the spirits around.
Man, you're going too deep. Let's stick it to simple. Go to Hebrews.
Hebrews.
Make this easy. Real quick. 9:27.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27.
So that's like, listen, when you die, bro, you're going to go to heaven. Come on, you're going to go to heaven, but what happens when you get there? Read that.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27.
Right?
And as it is appointed unto men once to die.
Go ahead.
But after this.
But what?
But after this.
When you die, what happens? Go ahead.
The judgment.
The what?
The judgment.
So yeah, he took him to heaven, but what's misinterpreted and added to that is knowing where this man was going to be judged on. That's what's misinterpreted all the time by the Christians. They thinking, oh, he's going to heaven.
Boy.
Heaven, yeah, come on, we all going to heaven. But when we go to heaven, right, what happens when you go before the Most High?
You're judged.
You're judged. And then you either stay in the fourth or righteousness, the fourth dimension of righteousness, or what? You're casting out of darkness, and there should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So I can go over that like extensive in another time, but I want to go over my class. So that one right there, there'd be a lot of scriptures. You know what I mean? And I mean, we touched on the heaven and hell topic before. So we've been over that before. But so yeah, he took him up to the heaven, but what's misconstrued is where did he stay? Was Yahushua saying, oh yeah, you're gonna be with me forever there? Or was he saying that, listen, you're gonna see me there? And he will. But after it's judgment. Everybody gotta be judged, bro. Ain't nobody going up there just, you're a thief, you're a murderer, you're a killer, and you get to go ahead and go to heaven?
What's the law?
Huh?
I mean, like it says in Revelation, those books, they're going to be open.
And I'm not saying Yahushua didn't know, but what's misconstrued is that we know what he was going to be judged as. That's the problem. Everybody misconstrued like, oh yeah, like he was just going to get a pass. You don't get a pass. It says after death now is judgment. Everybody got to stand before the throne of the Most High.
Sir.
So you don't know where he's going.
Got it.
All right?
Got it.
So, like I said, I can go in that deep in depth, but I'm hoping that little suffices right now. If you want to, we can hit you with the heaven and hell class. We talked about that many times. But on this specific point, right, you don't know where or what he was going to be judged as. Okay?
Got it.
All right, what else we got?
Last question.
Yeah.
So should we assemble with a camp scroll that we don't fellowship, learn with? Because I wish me and my family could have joined y'all. However, it's very expensive from New York to Texas. Lord willing, we will plan for next year.
Right, right. No, to the thing is that the confusion, we know how that there is confusion in certain areas, in areas of themes and dealings. And I'm not going to say that. What I am saying is, though, is that, you got it. We can't think it's about being alone. That was the point of my topic on that. You can't do it alone. But you got to agree what brothers are saying also. You're not going to go, think about it. Are you going to go eat Passover with Christians? You're not going to do that. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying just eat Passover with anybody. I'm saying that for our mind to think that Passover was just about us being home, it's wrong. It's got to be with brothers and sisters. But you got these cases that you're not around, so then obviously, you're gonna have to do that, and the Most High sees that, But I'm not gonna bring confusion in there also, because some cats is wilding. You know what I mean? Some cats is wilding. You're not gonna sit there eating with cats that's wilding out.
Go ahead.
You're not gonna do that. So that's not what I'm saying. All right. And yeah, if you can't listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, Aki. Once upon a time, Passover was in New York. Every camp will go to Passover in New York. Every year, us in California, us in San Antonio, us in Albuquerque, New Mexico, what they call the West Coast camps, we all got together, all these camps, the wives, the husbands, and prepared for the Passover. If it was in New York, which it was, we all went to the Passover. At that time, Passover was like New York was like the Jerusalem. And we all went up. You know what I mean? So, we know how it is, though. You got to get it together, and, certain brothers and sisters just barely learn this. Fret not. Don't worry about it. The Most High is not going to come down and destroy you, and we're not judging you in that. We're just trying to destroy this mind of individualism. Because a lot of people they be in the same city with 75 camps, right? And then don't, because they're still, I don't need a camp. You need a body, a unity. You need brotherhood. You do need that.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, what else?
That is it.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
What time is it? I'll give you, I got a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go into this topic. A few more minutes. I'm going to start at 7, so if y'all got one more question, I'll touch on it. Huh?
So far, no, sir.
No? Okay. I'll give them a few seconds, see if anybody got anything. If not, I'm going to go directly into this. Yes, ma'am.
When you go to heaven and you say you get judged, you don't get regenerated?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course you get regenerated, but you still go through a process of judgment. Right? So, let's make it easy real quick. Let's go to Luke, without having to go over all the whole heaven and hell again. Let's just go to Luke.
Luke?
Yeah, let's go to Lazarus. It's Luke, let's get the specific chapter. (16). Go to Luke 16 and
20.
We want to start from the right. 19.
Luke chapter 16, verse 19.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple.
All right, certain. Before we go on, we got to get this clear. Okay? Every parable, make sure I say this right, every parable that Christ gave wasn't a story. It wasn't some fortune cookie, it's good to know story. Alright? Because you got a lot of brothers, oh, that was just a parable. Parable for what? Like he was just letting us know? It was just like, no, not even letting us know. It was just like, it was a fortune cookie saying, brothers are like trying to blow it off as like, this whole parable about Lazarus going to hell, that there ain't no hell. What the heck did he just say? What is he saying then? Y'all get this? Want to get that out of the way, because you got a lot of Israel, man, that lost it. Like, he's not giving us this parable just for giggles. Just to hear. Just to show how smart he is. He's letting us know the process of what happens when you die and the process of what goes on. This is what's going on here. Go ahead.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple,
right,
and fine linen,
right,
and fared sumptuously every day.
Right, but he put it in a parable form. There was the one person that was living it up. He had all the fine linens. He had money. He had riches. Go ahead.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
Yeah, and then there was that poor man, the beggar, the one without. Go ahead.
Named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate,
right,
full of sores,
right,
and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
Right, so he laid at the rich man's gate. Now we're learning some about this rich man. That's how you know this is not just a fortune cookie saying. He's telling us about a characteristic of this type of individual, right? The rich man having everything, the poor man not. But the poor man needing from the rich, right? Go ahead.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Right.
And it came to pass that the beggar died.
Right.
And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Wait a minute. The beggar what?
Died.
Wait a minute. He what?
Died.
It's important man to die once, and then what? After judgment. What's another name for heaven?
Paradise.
What's another name for heaven?
Bosom. Abraham bosom.
Abraham bosom. So these are just ways we would explain we're going to the Most High. Right? Heaven, Abraham's bosom, paradise. Why? Because it was all these gracious, right things that we would be before the Most High. That's all that is. So, yeah, there's not. Heaven was just the word that meant we're going to where the Most High dwells. Right? Paradise, I mean, the word of paradise tells you, you know, it's all those things that is beautiful, consists of righteousness. It's before the Most High. Right? Abraham's bosom, same thing. Abraham, our forefather, he's dead. He's gone. He's with the Most High. We're going to go in his bosom. That's all it is. Y'all get that?
Good.
But where did he go? What's the first place when you die that you go? You go to heaven. You go with the Most High. So when Christ told him on the cross, you're going to be with me in heaven, that was true. He didn't lie to him. But from then on, he didn't tell him. You know, how do you ease someone's pain, man? You don't be like, nigga, you was wicked all your life. If you see your brother on the dying bed, you don't be like, man, you finna get it, bro. You're going to be like, you're going to ease his pain to say, man, it's okay. You're going to be with the Most High now. Right? You're not going to be like, listen, nigga, you've been wicked. He's on his deathbed. He's dying. You've been a wicked nigga your whole life. Oh, man, bro, you should feel right. You're not going to do that. So what did Christ do? to the guy on the cross. Hey, you're going to be with the Most High in heaven. You understand? You're going to be with me in heaven. So, which was the truth, right? Go ahead. Come on, read on. This is going to edify more.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The rich man also died.
Right.
And was buried.
Uh-huh.
And in hell he lifted up his eyes.
Go ahead.
Being in torments.
Right.
And seeing Abraham afar off.
And seeing Abraham afar off. So you got where are you going when you die? You go before the Most High. And he does what?
Judge.
He judges you. And he sets you with what? He sets you on the either in heaven or light. Heaven or hell, right?
Go ahead.
There should be weeping and gnashing of teeth, punishment, or righteousness. Right? Like I said, we could touch on one more. I'm just trying to go over this. Go ahead.
And seeing Abraham afar off.
Uh-huh.
And Lazarus in his bosom.
And Lazarus where?
In his bosom.
Right, and Lazarus in his bosom. Go ahead.
And he cried and said,
uh-huh.
Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Right.
And send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
Right. So, yeah, sis, you're going to go through the process. What is the process? You die. You go to the Most High. He judges us, right? And you're set in a place. You're set in a whether you punish here or you punish there, right? You're punish there, heaven condition here, right? That's what it is. Then you still sent down, but the Lord knows how long you're going to go through that process. I know this, it feels like eternity. Right? Go ahead.
And that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue.
Right. One more. You can read that. You got that. I'll give you a little more edification on that. So we do go through the process of that regeneration. Watch. But you still are punished. Go to second. Now, this is second Esdras. Who got the annotated Bible and Apocrypha? Y'all don't got one?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to read. I'm going to read in the annotated. And just to answer the sister question. Okay, this is second Esdras. This is the annotated Bible and Apocrypha. And the annotated is, there's certain verses that have been taken out of Esdras. Okay, so it's not in the regular Apocrypha. It adds a few other verses. Because Esdras talking about it, but you can even see in the Apocrypha something was taken out, even when you read it. So I'm going to read in here. This is 2nd Esdras 7, verse 57. It says here, I answered and said, I have found favor. If I found favor in your sight, O Lord, show this also to your servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up the soul, we shall be kept in rest until those times come when you will renew creation, or whether we shall be tormented at once. So Esdras asked him the same question, right? I think your question is doing with coming back, though, right? But where you are before you come back, right? That's your question? Okay. So he's asking, what happens when we go to the Most High? Do we all just get to chill out? Do we all just to go to rest? Right? Like the question earlier about the man being on the cross. Well, this is what Ezra was asking. He answered and said to me, I will show you that also. but do not include yourself within those who have shown scorn. So he was telling Ezra, listen, don't put yourself in the same place as the wicked, the ones that have scorned the word of the Most High. It says, or number yourself among those who are tormented. It says, for ye have a treasure of works stored up with the Most High, but it will not be shown, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. So he was saying, when you die, yeah, you're going to go in a place. Don't put yourself in, what I'm going to tell you, don't put yourself in the torment that they're going to be tormented. He's answering the question about death.
God.
He said, but don't put yourself in that same place, because if you're doing wicked now, you don't get to go into paradise and wait for the Most High. No, you go straight, watch, it's going to tell you, you go straight to punishment. You understand? You're judged and you go straight to that punishment. And then there's another punishment. Some shall be raised to everlasting life, and some shall be raised to everlasting condemnation. Or I should say another judgment, right?
God.
Because we got the final judgment, right?
God.
You see that?
God.
You get it?
God.
You got, when you die, think about it. If I'm wicked, I'm killing, murdering people, you think the holding cell is going to be them coming in and playing tennis? And no, I'm going to be punished.
Yeah.
Then after that, when the last judgment, some shall raise to everlasting life, some shall raise to everlasting condemnation. I'm going to be put back in that body, raised back up, judged, punished again. That's what a lot of people don't understand. This is not a game. Fear not him that can destroy the body, but fear him that can destroy the body and soul and leave it in hell. This is not, yeah, brothers and sisters keep thinking like, you know what? This is a joke. But he showed you here, he says, for you have a treasure of works. Works stored up with the Most High. A lot of people don't understand. Faith without works is dead. Right? They said, but it will not be shown unto you until the last times. He was telling him specifically, you ain't going to know about that till the last days. It says, now concerning death, the teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone forth from the Most High, that a person shall die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, just like the scriptures say. Right? Just like in Ecclesiasticus, it tells you the spirit goes back to the Most High, the body goes back to the dirt, right?
Yes, sir.
No different. That's how you know it's on point, all right? This is not the book of Enoch or Jasher. This is going right with the Bible. All right? It says, a person shall die, and the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it. First of all, it adorns the glory of the Most High. It adorns the glory. So when you die, you go before the Most High.
Damn, man.
If it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, who have despised his law and hated those who feared God, such spirit shall enter into habitation, not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments. Right with Luke. The rich man went to heaven. The rich man went to hell. Why? Because the characteristics of this rich man. Right?
God.
You got to go through the Bible. Like I said, it'll be a whole full class. But the rich man, the characteristics, the spirit he was in, he went into hell, right?
God.
And Lazarus, he went into heaven.
Yes, sir.
It says, but shall immediately wander about in torments, also grieving and sad in 7 ways. Then it goes down, I'll read it real quick. The first way, because they have scorn the law of the Most High. The second way, because they cannot make a good repentance so that they may live. The third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High. The fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. So you see that?
God.
You're going to suffer. Your holding cell will suffer. And then when Yahweh Shai comes back, you're going to be raised to what? Everlasting condemnation. Right? Well, what the Bible says. Y'all see that?
God.
It says, it says, the fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of others are guarded by angels in profound quiet. So, just like Lazarus, that's why I said it wasn't a fairy tale what Yahweh Shai was saying. It was actually set up. This dimension is on the same plane. You're in heaven, but you're looking at the cat from hell, and the hell is looking at y'all in heaven to show you how much you did to despise the covenants, the contracts, the laws, and the ones that were fighting for righteousness. You get to see them on the other side. What? Joy, peace, partying in righteousness, glory. Huh?
And you could have been there.
And you're in torment, you're in pain, you're in suffering, because why? You want what they got. Imagine that. That's why, man, we got to make sure, man, we're doing the right things in the Spirit of the Most High, and making sure your spirit is sincere in what you're doing, because, man, it says, the sixth way, they shall see how some of them will cross over into torments. The seventh way, which is worse than all of the ways that been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and is consumed with shame. It says, and shall wither with fear at the seeing of the glory of the Most High, and those of the Most High, in whose presence they sinned while they were alive, and in whose presence they are to be judged in the last times. So yeah, then it goes into the other side. So there is a holding place. You are punished, but remember, you still go through the process of coming back. How long? The Lord knows. But either way it goes, you're going to go through this process. Coming. Going. You see that? Yeah. You get that, sis? Do you? Tell me.
I'm thinking when in the regeneration, he sends you back to earth.
He does.
Yes,
What I was answering you is showing you that this is the process,
Okay.
right? And what I need to do is just go over it all for you, because there's a process that it happens. And what we'll do is we can go over it again on the Sabbath morning class tomorrow. I want to go over this class tonight, but I can go through the process and just show you step by step what the scriptures say about where you're going, how you come, how you gonna be, all this.
Yeah, 'cause I want to get a little more understanding. I'm getting what you're saying too.
Yeah.
But I want to get a little.
Okay, I can do that for y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. All right. Right now we'll hold off on the rest of the questions and let me go over this class, and then y'all know how we do. Shabbat morning, I'll go over any other questions also. Yeah.
There's one more, but it can be quick.
It's quick. What's that?
It says, Shalom, can a sister go to Shabbat class, congregation, or her period? Scripture, if possible, please.
Scripturally, you know, remember when the women was unclean, they were set aside. Okay? But that was because we had the temple. You understand? So, could she go to Shabbat class? It depends on what are you going according to thinking that the temple is here? Are you going according to the understanding of Christ? or the understanding according to the law, the old understanding. Mind you, I didn't say different, just understanding. Because we know this, that the woman is defiled. Think about it. If your wife is defiled, right? She's on a menstrual cycle. The whole point of the Old Testament law was to put her away because she's defiled, right?
Good.
She's defiled for 7 days, right?
Good.
She's in her blood. Well, what did we do with that woman for those 7 days?
Oh,
We what?
we separated her.
Right. We put this woman, we separated her. She wasn't just sleeping in your house. Okay? She wasn't sleeping in your house. So, here's the technicality. Okay, and we can get the scripture about the law. About her being put away. Alright? The technicality is this. In the law, you were supposed to put her away for 7 days. Nowhere around you. So before we get to the sanctuary of the school, did the law be fulfilled at home? Most of the time, what?
It can't be.
Unless you balling, and unless you send your wife to mama's house for her 7 days, right? The law itself hasn't been completed. So, as you're trying to calculate and say, well, where is it okay to bring her amongst us? The question is, did you fulfill the law? Right? And the answer usually is what? No. Right? Because she was supposed to be put away. Why? Because if she touched the table, it's what?
Unclean.
She touched the door, is what? The couch, unclean, right?
Good.
So no matter what technical Israelites try to play with your brain, the law says anything she touches is unclean. So let's read it.
Leviticus chapter 15, verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood.
Right. Leviticus what?
Chapter 15 and verse 19.
Leviticus 15.
Verse 19.
And 19. You said that so quick. Yeah. Come on. Go ahead.
And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood.
Right.
She shall be put apart.
She shall be what?
Put apart.
Huh?
Put apart.
Sleeping on the couch?
Put apart.
Sleeping in the guest room.
Put apart.
Go ahead.
7 days.
So, when people ask me this question, let's go back to the real point of the law. She was supposed to be set aside. 7 days.
Good.
So if you got her in your house, technically, she defiled you. She made you unclean, right?
Good.
And you went to class and she stood home. What happened? You made everybody unclean through you touching her, right?
Good.
So that means you both got to stay from class. You both got to stay from the sanctuary, right?
Good.
Unless you put her away in another building, house for 7 days. So you see how that, yeah, I understand your question, but if we're going to go to according to the law, let's go according to the law. You can't pick and choose what part of it you're going to follow and then think, and I'm not saying this for the person that's asking, I'm saying in general, that we can't try to establish our own righteousness according to the law. We got to understand what the law said and understand that how to perform the law if it's going to be feasible. Now, mind you, in this case, is it feasible? I mean, unless you got money and unless you send your wife out 7 days, then you can only say, I'm righteous according in that law. But I have not met a man, a high priest, any brother that is got fringes on and say, yeah, I sent my rib for her 7 days. She goes to her mom's house. Right? I've never heard that. I heard brothers try to say, oh yeah, I have her my rib sleep on the couch. Still, the couch is defiled. She gets up, she touches the coffee pot. That's defiled. Right? So read on.
And whosoever toucheth her,
Oh, what?
whosoever toucheth her,
Go ahead.
shall be unclean.
So whosoever touches her shall be unclean. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm in class. Yeah, I gotta get that after class. So, all right. So go ahead.
Until the even.
Right. So wait, read that part again.
And whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even.
Go ahead.
And everything that she lieth upon.
And everything she what?
Lieth upon.
Go ahead.
And her separation shall be unclean.
Y'all get this?
Go ahead.
So, what was the question again?
The question was.
That's okay. Now we're understanding that unless you're doing it according to the law, you're kind of picking and choosing what to make yourself righteous in. And just because she sleeps on the couch, that don't mean you're right in the law. You still broke the law. Right? So what's the difference with her coming to class? She's still, you're going to defile everybody. Y'all see that? So it's okay. Why? Because that part of the law, we can't keep, no matter what way you put it. Let me correct myself. Unless you sending your wife out 7 days. Right? Right? Y'all get that?
Go ahead.
I got my 2 ribs and two daughters. So I would literally, then we have a roommate, right? So I had to send all those women out, right? I had to send my daughters away. Y'all see that? So once again, common sense of the scriptures would be like, okay, but I could try to make myself righteous according to the law and be like, well, yeah, my rib, I put her in the bedroom out there. Bruh, she touches the bedroom, she comes out, touches the kitchen, she touches the kids, she touches that. The law says you defiled everything. Y'all see that?
Good.
So that's answering your question. That she can with the scripture, you know what I mean, and with the understanding of the law, knowing that we can't make our own righteousness according to the law. You know, we got to understand that there's certain laws and things that right now the Most High understands you're not going to be able to keep till its full potential. Right? So, you know, that's different than, you know, you have to eat pork. No, you don't got to eat pork. You know what I mean? Nobody's forcing it to you. You see how one law you have the power and control over that, and another law you might not have the power and control over that. Because even in the menstrual law, you go to work and what? You sitting next to a sister that got her menstrual cycle. She's on her period. She don't know. Right? And then she touches you. You go home, you defile everything. Everything's defiled. So we got to be spiritual in the law too. Right? Okay. All right. So hopefully that answered your question. All right. Now we're going to go into this class. Yeah. Yeah, let me remind y'all. Okay, all right. So, what was the topic tonight? When to cut a brother off, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very important topic because a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters will cut people off. They will distance themselves from people. And if you call yourself a believer in the Most High in Christ, you should know when to and when you're misjudging. Because that's the problem. The whole point is this, is go to Matthew 7:1. We'll start from there. Go to Matthew 7:1. This is the whole point. That when we deal with this topic or judgment, we watch ourselves. Read this. Go ahead.
Judge not, that ye not Judge not, that ye be not judged.
So why we got to go over this? Because you got to watch. You don't want to misjudge somebody, and then you fall under that judgment that you're judging this brother or sister. Y'all got to really get this. You don't want to do that. We just read the Most High is going to judge everybody. So you got to be careful what extent, and you're in the right when you're judging correct, when you're judging a person. All right? Now, y'all going to be like, well, watch, read on. Come on.
For with what judgment ye judge,
right,
ye shall be judged.
Right. So I got to watch how I judge a brother, because those same themes are going to come back to me. And I know y'all thinking, well, when Christ come back, it's before that. A lot of brothers, people, they try to judge people, and the Most High go throw that same test at them. And then they fail. Oh yeah, this brother, this, and then from the head to the bottom. We can't spew this out and then not know we're going to be judged according to what we say. We can't correct a brother and then not know we're going to be judged how we correct brothers. We're going to be corrected the same way in the spirit if you're not conscious. So you got to watch what you put out, because it's going to come back. Go ahead.
And with what measure ye meet.
And what measure? Listen, he even got down to the measurement. Nigga, you want to give him 70%? Okay, you going to get 70%. That's Israel, though. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, you want a 50%. Nah, he only get a 50% chance. It's a coin toss. Cut that nigga off. Okay. Well, then, know that that's coming on you. And this is what the topic, if you learn how to correct judge someone, then you will make the right decisions on how you deal with your brother, because you're going to be dealt with the same way. That's what we're trying to avoid, for us not to fall in condemnation, but to do right, right? Because niggas need to be cut off at a time, but we got to be consciously correct. Read.
And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
Right. What measure you meet, if you give him a yard, you're going to get a yard. You give him a foot, you're going to get a foot. Y'all get this? All right. So go from there, go to, and I'm jumping straight into it. When to cut somebody off. I'm going to knock out that first. You know why? That way all the gun-ho super Hebrew Israelite, the condemnation Israelites, you can feel good within yourself. All right? We're going to get this out of the way. Straight to the point, when to cut somebody off. And I say that being facetious in the way that you got a lot of Israelites that are ready to cut a nigga off quick. They give you 10%. You know what I mean? Done. Yeah, the brother, he what? Oh, that nigga's wicked. Cut him off. Like, dang. That's it? You know, he don't get a warning. He don't get a suspension. He don't get, try to get back up, brother. It just be like, nope, 10%, you're done. You pass that line, shoot him in the face. Pow! Get out of here. So, we're going to go, that's why I'm saying we're going to go when to cut a brother off first. When to cut a sister off. It's Titus 3 verse 10. Titus 3 and 10, man. Titus 3 and 10. Tell me when y'all got it.
Good.
That's only one. Come on. Tell me when y'all got it. Sam, you got it?
I'm still going through.
All right. Titus 3 and 10. Go ahead and read. It's right after Timothy's.
Yeah. Okay,
right after Timothy's. Timothy's is right after Thessalonians, before Colossians and Ephesians. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and read that. Titus 3 and 10.
Chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
A man that is an heretic.
So a man that is a what?
Heretic.
A man that is a what?
Heretic.
So this is a good indication that this guy got to be cut the hell off. This sister got to be cut off. Right?
Good.
A man that is a heretic. This is when you cut him off. So let's look at the definition of heretic. There you go. Right? A lot of brothers and sisters don't know that, man. A lot of brothers and sisters are really on this, oh, he broke the law. Cut him off. Oh, that brother, he out of order. Cut him off. First of all, we all break the law. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. I don't care who the hell you are. I don't care who you are. You're going to make a mistake. But when to cut him off? When to actually say, nah, bro, you got to go. Nah, you can't be part of this. Him that is a what?
Heretic.
Go ahead, read on.
After the first and second admonition.
After the first and second correction, go ahead.
Reject.
What?
Reject.
What?
Reject.
After the first and second rejection, correct. So what we're talking about, what the knowledge is talking about here is extreme measures. This guy gets corrected once and twice, and it's like, bro, you got to go. Right? So heretic, what is it?
It's not too many. Go. It says a taken a principle or set of principles from
heretic. No, I had one. I had one the other day. A heretic. It says a person. Okay, a person holding an opinion at odds with what is generally accepted. But we got to get a little more specific. A non-believer. It says idolater, right? It says a professed believer who maintains religious opinions contrary to those that are accepted by the school, by his or her church. Rejected doctrines, right? So it says anyone who does not conform to an established attitude, doctrine, or principle. So, you know we're teaching that Christ is dark skinned, right? And you come in and now mind you, you got to come in and you're like creeping in and you're trying to show brothers now that Christ is pale, he's white. That's a heretic. I use something like that easily, but that's for everything. You're being taught one way, but then you come and you creep in trying to be like, well, I don't believe this. I don't want to do that. I don't this. I don't that. I'm against what is being taught. My point is like, why are you here anyway then? Right? Like, if you don't agree, why are you here? But that's a heretic. Y'all get this? So this type of person, we supposed to do what?
After the first and second admonition, reject.
After the first and second admonishing, reject. Read.
Knowing that he that is such is subverted.
He is what?
Subverted.
What does subverted mean? Subverted. It means undermine the power of authority of established system. Overthrown, overturned. So, if I'm getting in a conversation with you, right? And I'm like, okay, listen, this scripture, this scripture, this scripture, this scripture, and I take time out 10 scriptures, 1,000 scriptures, whatever amount of scriptures to show you. And you're like, well, yeah, I still don't believe that. You're subverted. You don't believe. If I'm showing you in the book, right, you don't believe. Now where is it going to go to?
And
Where? No. Where is it going to go to? I'm asking y'all. Where does it go to?
So
I'm going to show you where it goes to. We're going to jump up to verse 9. This is where it goes to. Check this out. Read.
verse 9.
Uh-huh.
But avoid foolish questions.
It goes into what?
Avoid foolish questions.
So now, being that you're subverted, that you don't even believe like me, you don't believe like us, it's going to be what?
Foolish questions.
I got to get back and forth with you because you foolishly think one way. Now I got to argue with you and debate with you because you foolishly believe some other way. Now I got to go over foolish questions. So what you're trying to tell me, if could God make a rock that he can't pick up? See, y'all, see, that's exactly. That's a dumb question that we get. But it'd be like, I want to go back and forth with you because you are subverted. You think I'm going in the Muslim temple, sitting down arguing with people in there? I don't even walk in there because I don't believe. Why you here, you don't believe? You're subverted. This is when you cut people off. When it starts to get into this heretic mind take, like, listen, we already told you. Right? It's going to go deeper, so let the scriptures build. This is just the first step. All right? So you're going back and forth. Now we got to go over doctrine all the time. I got to go over 50 times to show that he came of the seed of David. Seed is what? Emission of semen, copulation. Like, you're not retarded. You know what sperm is. Seed is copulation. Seed of David. Christ came by the seed. Wow. You can avoid that out. You can act like it ain't there because you don't understand Matthew's and you think Luke overshadowed mean that he came in and punctured her ovaries. You can play that. My job is to show you seed of David. I'm going to make it simple for you. What's the definition of seed? Seed of copulation, emission of semen. When you go to that Zondervan Bible Dictionary and you look up seed, it gives you 3 seeds. Agriculture, right?
Good.
It tells you the seed of man, right?
Good.
And one more. I know it's 3.
Yeah.
But my point is this. If I got to keep going over this with you, I done went over an hour class, 2-hour class, 3-hour class with you, right? And you still don't get it, 2 things need to happen. Arguing and fighting? No. You need to go back and study and see the scriptures, the evidence, and put it together. That's all you can do. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because you don't believe. So a person that's subverted, a person that's a heretic, they're all about arguing, fighting. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not getting on a line with you and arguing about it. Now, yes, standing for the scriptures, if they come, it's sometimes you're going to stand for the word. But when it comes to you sitting here in class, you came to learn, right? I'm not fighting with you. This is the message that you're given. You write it down, you get the information, you can either stay or never come back. Right? That's it. We're not supposed to be arguing. If you look in the book and you say, well, that's what the scriptures are saying, you know what I mean? But I heard this. Now you got to weigh that out, right? I come back or not. You're not supposed to be arguing, huh? You're not supposed to be a fight. You're either clear-minded or not, right? But a person that's a heretic, they want to do what? They want to talk about foolish dang questions. Brother comes in talking about the frankincense and myrrh that the priests burned was marijuana smoke. Like, nigga, are you serious? I gotta have to go through this with you. And we did. What we do? Patiently. Well, let me show you. You know what I mean? You're like, let me walk it through you. I'm walking through the Bible with you, right? But then you gonna come back again. You gonna come back again. It's like, bruh, how many times you gonna hear us say the same thing over and over again? Right? It doesn't supposed to change, and it's not gonna change, right? Like the scriptures might, certain scriptures might be added, but the topic, the spirit of what we bring out is not gonna change. The order of, if we go over Immaculate Conception, the order of how we order the scriptures can be different. But the scriptures don't change and the point don't change. You understand that?
Good.
Alright, so
Sir.
It says to do what? Come on.
A man that is a heretic.
No. Let's read up to see what the heretic does.
Good. Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
But avoid foolish questions.
Because they start to get foolish. They start to get argumentative. Go ahead.
And genealogies.
Now you want to talk about, you want to go into things that you don't really even comprehend. You want to go into genealogies where you don't even understand. Most of your argument comes from you don't even comprehend part of the Bible, but you want to fight about it. Go ahead.
And contentions.
And what?
Contentions.
Go ahead.
And striving about the law.
Yeah, you want to strive about the law. The brother came in. He said, y'all burning fire on the Sabbath. Take them to the scriptures. Christ, why did Christ... I mean, I can't do nothing but go to the Bible. Okay, yes. Work on the Sabbath. But why did Christ have to come back and give us understanding? Why did he pick corn on the Sabbath? You don't get it? He picked corn on the Sabbath. He made the Sabbath. Burning fire, not doing work, but Christ doing work. Like, how many times we got to go over this over you? So he sat here. He didn't want to listen to that. Now we got to argue about that. Okay, he gave you many different things that was done on the Sabbath. He said, digging your ox. Is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath? He gave you what? He healing on the Sabbath. Why did the one that created the Sabbath, why did he wait to Thursday, Friday morning, or Saturday sundown to heal on the Sabbath? That's a no-brainer. You don't have to be a retard to understand that. But you want to argue with me because you want to void out things. We don't have the contention. No contention, You walk away, I walk away. Y'all see this? But heretics, they want to argue. They would rather sit here and be amongst us and argue with you. Why? Because it's not about really just walking away with them. It's about they want to argue and fight because this is a battle within themselves. A person that's fighting a lot of things is because they got things that's on their mind that ain't clarified. I'm clear. That's why I'm not calling nobody arguing with you. You understand? I'm not going to call you, hey, well, what about this, The Pharisees did that. Try Christ every step of the way. Did they not? Did Christ go around and mess with them? Did Christ go around and mess with them? Was Christ going around and messing with the Pharisees? No. Christ was messing with them when they came to mess with him. But he wasn't starting drama. A heretic starts it. A heretic creates arguments and fights because why? In their conscience, they're not clear. They're subverted. Now keep reading down.
Go
ahead.
For they are unprofitable.
Yeah, because arguing and going back and forth and contention is what?
Unprofitable and vain.
And vain. You want to talk about genealogies. You want to argue about the law when you don't even keep the law. You want to argue about these things when you don't even know. You want to argue. It trips me out. That's why, bruh, I don't even want to. I won't do it. I won't do it. Why? Because there's no argument. I'm clear. If you got a battle within yourselves, let me try to help you get out of that battle. Go to the scriptures. If you don't see it that way, then keep it moving, right? Go ahead.
Titus chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
A man that is an heretic after the first and second admonishment.
Now you see that? Why? I done told you. I done went over scriptures with you. I done did my brotherly duty, which is what? Talk to you, be meek, be humble, be like, hey, let me show you. Here, the scriptures. Ho, ha, he, ho. Right? I did all that.
Good.
But after the second and third, do what?
Reject.
Read.
Knowing that he that is such is subverted.
See, he's not subverted. What did it say? It said subverted. Undermine the power of authority. It says unsettled, overthrown, overturned. So in his spirit, he's just unsettled. He got to go back and get that together. Read.
And sin.
And what?
Sin.
Why does he sin? Why?
Believe.
Well, if you look back at all these things, you see why he sins. Because first you want to argue. You want to argue about the law when you ain't perfect in the law. You want to argue about genealogies when you don't even know your basic history. You want to argue about, come on, what else it says? See,
but
go ahead.
Genealogies.
Yeah.
Consent, the law.
Right. It says, then you want to just strive. It says,
question.
Yeah, you want to bring up the most dumbest questions.
God.
Right?
God.
You see that?
Sir.
So you got to be like, no, bro. I got to reject. And what is the sin? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's the sin. If it's not of faith, it's what? Sin. So you got to deal with this within you. You got to sit down and come in with you. You got people coming in trying to argue with you. Like, bro, there's no argument. Like, I understand it, and even if I'm confused, then why are you sitting down and arguing with me? Like, there's many ways you can make it sense, but these type of individuals just want to fight. It's not about peace, and God is not the author of confusion. It's not about the Most High not dealing with confusion. They want to cause more confusion. Go ahead, read.
Being condemned of himself.
Yeah, and really, I don't have to condemn you. You condemn yourself with the what? Double-minded, unfaithful spirit. So there is a time when people are cut off. When we have to fight and argue with brothers and sisters, I shouldn't have to argue with you. You understand? You should understand your duty, your service, this office, this lifestyle. If we're constantly going back and forth over what scripture it says, and I got to go back over it with you about things that you're supposed to be doing in the Most High in Christ, then you don't understand. And yeah, we will be patient with you. But what is not supposed to happen, and we're going to get to it, but I want to see if y'all get it. In this little instance right here, what is not supposed to happen if you don't want to be dealt with like a heretic?
Not to have doubtful disputation.
There you go. Not to go back and forth with me. To be humble and be ready to listen. That's it. And we're going to get to all that. We're going to get to all that. But I want to establish this from the door that this is the only times where we cut brothers off, where we cut sisters off. Why? Because in reality, they cut themselves off, right? That's the reality of it. Go from there, go to 2 Timothy 2, verse 14. 2 Timothy 2, verse 14. So we're understanding when to cut a brother or sister off. Go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
Of these things, put them in remembrance.
Go ahead.
Charging them before the Lord.
Go ahead.
That they strive not about words to no profit.
Right. You see that? Like, we don't supposed to be striving about words of no profit. I don't supposed to be arguing with you all the time. Listen, speaking of the scriptures is not an argument. But you know how it turns into an argument? When peoples is not listening and all they want to do is be right. That's what it is. I tell you what I say. I'm not going to get angry. I'm going to let you know. And then you're supposed to be as calm and ready to let me know what you know, right? It don't supposed to be an argument. So this happens when you're dealing with a person subverted. We're 2 Timothy 2 verse 14. Read it again.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14. Of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit.
Read.
But to be subverting of the hearer.
Yeah, but you're supposed to, it's about listening. The hearers being converted and subverting to that. Not subverted away. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
Study.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You'll get it. Study. Right? It'll come. If the Spirit's working with you, it'll come. We're not supposed to be arguing about things. It don't work like that. See that? You get that family member? You're like, yeah, Christ is black. You know what I mean? Not my Jesus. My Jesus is white. Oh, my, It's like, no, Grandma, but let me show you. You're like, no, I don't want to see it. But you're like, no, for real, let me show you. Christ is, and she's looking, no, I don't want to see that. You got the devil on you, boy. Jesus ain't black.
That's real.
Right? But you over there doing what? You're arguing. You don't need to argue. Oh, okay, Grandma. All right. Well, it's Revelation 1:13. See you when I see you. Shalom. Right? But you got too many people trying to argue. We don't supposed to be arguing with them. When you see they're subverted, leave them. Give them a chance because they have to do what? Read.
2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Study to show thyself approved.
And they haven't done that. So they won't know. They only know what Pastor Give Me More Money said. So how do we're understanding that they're not studied. Right? So they are subverted. So you won't be able to reach them unless it's in them and they're really willing to hear the word of the Lord. Otherwise, they got to study to show themselves approved. Go ahead.
Unto God.
Read.
A workman that needed not to be ashamed.
See, they need to study to the Most High. You see that? The whole point of these topics, when y'all write down scriptures, y'all write these scriptures down, you go over and you say, well, I read with my 2 eyes, don't eat the swine. Right? When you first got bumped into that Israelite man, and he told you, you know what, brother, that swine is off. He got to go study. When you told him, nah, my Jesus said you can eat anything. And then you went home and you read Leviticus. What happened to you? You studied because you care to be approved of the Most High. A heretic won't do that. They want to argue about what they think they know. You understand? They think they know something. They might got a piece. They might have read John 3:16, but did they really study? Did they really get in the book? So they want to argue with you about what they don't know. So you got to kind of look at them and smile like, okay, but what did you do? That Hebrew Israelite said, nah. And you came back and said the law's done away with. And he said, well, Matthew 5:17, right? And you went home and you studied Leviticus 11:7, Matthew 5:17. And you had to, in yourself, be converted to listening to the word. It wasn't man that wrote Timothy's and Leviticus. You had to believe in the book. You understand? That's where the argument comes from, is that brothers are not clear. Because why? They got the lack of information studying. You never been in a class where you're like, dang, I ain't know that scripture was there. Where you're like, got a point there. That happens all the time. You know why? Because just like any other educational system, if you ain't reading and studying this book to know all topics, all views, all ideas in here, you might be short of lack of understanding in a topic. That's why the heretics, they don't care. They ain't studied. They ain't believing. Boy, I don't want to see. Don't come in here with that black. Don't come in here with that stuff. They don't want to hear nothing. You can show them right out of the Bible 1,000 scriptures, but they're heretics. You understand that? We don't supposed to be that in here. Y'all get this? Go ahead.
Rightly dividing the word of truth.
Yeah, so it's got to be on them. But what do? Go ahead.
But shun profane and vain babbling.
When do we cut people off?
Shun profane and vain babbling.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to fight with you. Christ didn't go around fighting with our people, arguing with people. Art thou the king of the Jews? Thou sayest. Like, I ain't got nothing to prove to you. Right?
Good.
I know who I am. Right?
Good.
The Pharisees come out excited. Well, we call her an adultery. Let's stone her. All right, he did without sin cast the first stone. He dealt with things non-confrontational. He rarely got it. He wasn't all the time throwing over tables. You understand that? When that was needed. And there was time when it says answer a fool according to his folly. It says answer a fool according to his folly. But then in the next verse in Proverbs, it says answer a fool not according to his folly. So you got to know, okay, I'm going to give this guy a little rope to hang himself. You know what I mean? Let me show him, and then let's see if he's going to hang himself. Other than I'm going to sit here 3 hours with you arguing. No. You got to shun those things. You got to stay away from arguing. The Most High is a God of peace. Go ahead.
For they will increase unto ungodliness.
Yeah. So, you see, when you get into it with a heretic, it's because they're ungodly. They're sinners. They don't believe. They're double-minded. And how they don't believe? Because they don't care to study before they open up their mouth. Well, I heard this. I heard this. But did you read that? Did you study and find that out? That there was so many other scriptures that chopped that mind down. No, they don't care. No, pastor told me. Pastor's a liar. Let God be true, right? Go ahead.
And their word will eat as doth a canker.
Yeah, the word they are giving is like a canker. It's going to do what with you? If you're arguing with you, what is it going to do? A canker sore. Right? You get a canker sore, what happens? It's an irritation. You know what I mean? You eat something spicy. That's what happens when you go with a heretic arguing, going back and forth, and people that don't want to hear. You don't supposed to. Those are the ones you're like, okay, brother, you know what? I'll see you next time. You know what I mean? Shalom. You see that? Go ahead.
Of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus.
Go ahead.
Who concerning the truth have erred.
Read.
Saying that the resurrection is past already.
So he's like, just like these brothers, man. These guys have erred. Y'all see that? So there's a time when we do cut off brothers and sisters. And it's only in these instances. It's only when they come batting all the time, argumentative, fighting, doubtful disputings. Romans 16 and 17. These are the times, man. These are the times. Like I said, I wanted to get those times out of the way because it seems like Israelites be hard up to cut somebody off. But if you're going to do it the right way. Don't do it out of your pride or out of your unforgiving spirit. Right? We're going to get into all that. Romans 16 and 17. Read.
Romans chapter 16 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions.
Wait, when do we cut them off? When he's coming in class and he's sliding an Illuminati pamphlet to the next brother and sister. You know we believe in the one true God, Yahweh. You coming in here and sliding Ahaya pamphlets to them. Like, bro, why does Israel do that? We had this one guy. It's like, bro, Khan, you believe his name is Ahia. Could you go do what you do? And could we do what we do? I'm not going over there messing around with y'all. Right? I'm not on your Instagram, your YouTube. You know what? Listen, y'all niggas, I don't have to do that. I believe in what I believe, and I'm stable. Right?
Good.
Israel, man, people got issues. They got emotional issues. It says, mark them which cause division. Right?
Good.
So if you come in the chat with some stupidity that's trying to subvert or cause division, my knowledge is already like, you ain't coming here to learn or peace. You're coming here just to argue. Sometimes I might entertain you just for show to teach brothers and sisters. But at other times, I'll be like, man, you're coming here disrupting a good class. Get up out of here. Delete them off the chat. Right? We got to mark them that cause division. When we're walking in one way, in one path, and doing one thing in the law, in the scriptures, in righteousness, and you got a brother that is contrary to that. Like us, we say, listen, y'all brothers over at our business, nobody gets any phone numbers. No talking to no women over there. No Instagram, no Facebook, no Twitter. You ain't gonna be making us look like a whoremongers, right? And you walking and you causing division and you doing it, you gotta mark them. You understand? You gotta mark them. So this is the time when you cut people off. But we're going to go on how many times? Because there's certain levels that you got a heretic. The heretic is a person causing, is a demon. A heretic's that demon. You see what I'm saying? Like we had a sister come up in here just literally going right in talking about other people's households. That's a demon. Like, we got to go over all the scriptures with you that you don't supposed to do that. But then you got to link up with the newest sister and try to subvert her because you're nosy about this man's household. So what he do that in his house? Long as it's in the law, it's none of your dang business. But you got heretics that cause division. Those are the ones where we got to be like, sister, it says once or twice, right? Sister, brother. You can't do that here. That's wrong. Let it slide. Go over the scriptures. Try to heal them. Try to help them. Warn them again. With the second and third, it's like, okay, you're a heretic. You see what I'm saying? There's other things too. But as we go in, it's going to add. It's going to add these other characteristics of these individuals. Because it's just not a person that, it's not a person that just don't know. That's not a heretic. It's not a person that asks questions. That's not a heretic. So if you're raising your hand like, I don't want to feel like a heretic. No, asking questions is okay. A heretic, listen to the Bible. He's arguing. He wants to fight. He wants to go back and forth. He won't go home and study. You understand? He's causing division. So I don't want y'all to think, well, I can't ask questions. No, stop that. Don't be simple-minded. That's not a heretic. A heretic is these attributes. Y'all getting it? Go ahead.
An offense is contrary to the doctrine.
Right, but they're doing what?
Causing offenses.
Right.
Contrary to the doctrine.
You see that? Now they're going against the doctrine. These are the ones that you got to be like, hold on, man. Hold on. What you here for? You here to do right? You here to keep the commandments? Or you here to go ahead and go against what you learned? Those are the ones. Y'all get this?
Good.
Go from there. Go to 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. Offenses contrary to the doctrine. Oh, read on. You didn't finish that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That was
Romans 16 and 17. And then we'll go to the next one. Yeah, because you got to finish that. Romans 16 and 17.
Romans chapter 16 and verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine.
Go ahead.
Which ye have learned.
Right. So it says you're doing opposite of what you're told. So once again, we say, hey, listen, to keep a standard, that way the men over there don't look like whoremongers, this is what we're going to do. You want to go meet somebody, don't meet them at our business. You know what I mean? You're going to go out and you're going to go somewhere else to meet them. Why? Because you got your fringes on. You're supposed to be a standard of not a thirsty nigga, right? But if you got brothers acting thirsty, we're like, bro, now is it in the law that when you go to the business that you're, is that a law in the Bible? So, but is it a righteous command?
Oh, it's righteous, God.
But is it a law? You see that? So why would a cat do it? Because he's not understanding the morality and the standard that's set up. You would get things like that. You would get things like that. Yeah, no, we're going to stay away. It says abstain from all appearance of evil. Let's chill out with that. You know what I mean? Because the women, you got brothers over there, young, buff, handsome young men. The women will come over there all the time and try to act like, ooh, what are y'all? Really? For real? What's your Instagram? What's your Twitter? And like all that. And you got your fringes on and they thinking what? Hebrew Israelites or what? Whoremongers are just, we over there to get women. We there to get money, not women. You see that? But you got young brothers that what? Well, it don't say no law. You're contrary to what we set it up. I'm only using that example because you're going to get things like that in schools. It might not be scripture verbatim, but it's righteousness. Brothers are saying calm, but a lot of people don't understand that. Like, well, that ain't a law. We get young brothers that come in. Well, you can't stop me from talking to women. Brother, you're contrary to what we're setting up. What?
It's like when y'all teaching us out of 1 Corinthians 7.
Right.
Breaking it down. And he let you know, well, this was of the Most High. And this is of me. But he was like you said, he was speaking on the wisdom and experience.
He was speaking on wisdom and experience. So we got our experience that, well, these women keep coming up to you, and then you got 5 or 6 women that come up to you, and all they got to start saying is, but don't y'all teach the Bible? And you know how everybody's really to crap on your name. But see, let's go back to the point. You got that young brother that says what? Oh, that ain't in the law, brother. You're causing division, and contrary to how you learned. Yeah, it ain't in the law, but we're trying to show you how to stand for a character and a model of righteousness. So, yeah, it don't have to be in the law, but righteousness is righteousness. You understand that? So, when they cause division, now we got the right to say, listen, we told you what to do. Why are you not doing that? Oh, brother, because well, then why are you working with us? Why are you dealing with us? Then we got to go back and get real simple. Was the command wicked? No, it wasn't wicked. All right, then. So why you didn't follow? Y'all see that? Read.
And avoid them.
And do what?
Avoid them.
So you get brothers to where sisters, to where it's like, listen, man, you get a sister, you already told her, sister, don't be talking about what you and your husband does in your house. And she keep doing it. She keep talking about it. A lot of them got to go. You got to be suspended from the school. Why? Because you don't care to get it right. Okay. Mind you, listen to what I'm saying. You don't care to get it right. Point and key, care to get it right. We're dealing with people that's disgruntled. A heretic is disgruntled. He's a belligerent. It's a woman that like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Y'all can't stop me. Not here, Negro. You're going to go do it somewhere else. Right? So I want y'all to get that clear, that what a heretic is and when you cut somebody off. Because as we go to the second part, you got to know, you don't just cut somebody, you don't cut everybody off for everything. For mistakes, for messing up, for not knowing. We're going to get into all that. Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
For they that are such serve not our Lord, Yahushua.
You see that? It's such that don't serve the Most High. Because anything you're trying to set up righteous, they got a problem with. Anything you're trying to do for righteousness' sake, it's a problem. And I don't want to go with that. Why we got to do it that way? Why we got to meet Tuesdays for training? Like, that's the day we do it. I'm not doing it on Tuesdays. Well, then you're not part of the Trooper Academy then. Like, it can be anything. I'm just throwing random things out there that people that don't want to conform to goodness, you can have a problem with everything. Well, why is the Passover on the Sunday? Ain't Easter on the Sunday? It's like, yeah, but don't you got off on this Sunday? I said we celebrating Passover, not Easter. What the hell are you talking about? But people, what? Want to argue about everything. You understand? They want to cause division over everything. Instead of just understanding, is it righteous, You understand?
Good.
Well, it's not in the commandments, so it's just your will. What the hell are you talking about? Is it still righteous, though? Y'all get it?
Good.
Go ahead.
Romans chapter 16 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
For they that are such serve not our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach,
Go ahead.
but their own belly.
You get a lot of people, man, that they don't care about how many scriptures you pull. They don't care about how many times you help them. They here for their own belly. You get family members out, they don't care about the wisdom and knowledge. You got to know when to stop. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. You got to know it ain't meant for them. You understand that? They're subverted. You got to know when to cut people off. Go ahead.
And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
Yeah, then they sound a different way. Well, you Israelites are too loud. Y'all curse too much. You said damn. You said butt. You said ass. It's like, okay, do I be rude in speech? Right? Go ahead. Not in knowledge, right? Go ahead.
For your obedience is come abroad unto all men.
Yeah, and that's what we're establishing. The obedience, the unity in righteousness. Now, if I hadn't said, yeah, every woman that come over to the cart, that's you, boy, you wouldn't have a problem. But now I'm establishing order and discipline. It's like, y'all brothers be tripping over there. Like, dang, we don't win no way, right? Sisters come in, they gotta be, listen, sister, don't be talking about your family and your house. Y'all mean. Mean because we don't want you to be a belligerent, whispering brute. That don't make no sense. You're going against the laws. You're going against the commandments. Go ahead, come on.
I am glad, therefore, on your behalf, but yet I would have you wise unto that which is good.
Right, and that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be wise to the things that are good. These heretics, they're not on that. They're going to find something in anything to argue, to disrupt, to cause division, to cause discord, to cause hatred towards one another. That's when you cut them off. That's a heretic. This is the level. Go to 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 6. 2 Thessalonians 3 verse 6.
2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 6.
Go ahead.
Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Yahushua,
go ahead,
that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly.
Right? You got it. It's like, bro, nah, you wilding out. Now, let me ask you this. This is what I had to show the brothers in Trinidad. It's like, why is he warning them of that?
It's going to happen.
It's what?
It's going to happen.
Huh?
It's going to happen.
And it what?
Happened.
It happened.
Yes, sir.
Brothers keep thinking that everybody that comes in here is going to be on point. No, you get some men that mess up because of mistakes, because they're not perfect. And you get some that are nigglets that want to come in and act disgruntled and be disrespectful. Right? You you conversate with people in your family, in the household, in the world that want to listen but don't know. But then you get some that's just want to go against everything you say. You got to know when to cut them off. Go ahead.
And not after the traditions which he received of us.
Yeah, but you got to see, listen, what is being taught and what is the example of the ones that are on point. Like, you didn't see that tradition of us. We ain't doing that. We ain't with that. We don't teach that. Right. So whatever the hell he talking about, that's him. You see that?
Right.
Y'all got to see this. Go ahead.
Verse 7. For yourselves know how ye ought to follow us.
Yeah, and he was saying them. In the spirit of Hamashiach. In the spirit of Christ. He's saying that, look at us, but because we're following the right theme. So you'll get heretics as ones that coming up, causing division and discord and argument and fighting and want to go against what was set up. Yeah. Which is godly. Right? Go ahead.
For we behave not ourselves disorderly among you.
Yeah, we get brothers that do that. We get brothers that do that, man, are disrespectful to brothers. They don't know how to deal with each other. Right? You get that. So at a certain time, you got to be like, listen, you get sisters that come in, that walk around here like men. We got to check it. We check it. But a heretic don't want to be checked, and they won't be checked. They're going to cause division. They're going to cause discord. They're going to cause commotion. See, that's the difference. I'm throwing key themes in here. Willing to change and willing to get corrected. A heretic don't want that. A heretic don't want that. They won't get corrected when they're told they're wrong. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught.
Go ahead.
But wrought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you.
Right. So Paul was going a little deeper to their situation. But we're going to read down. He's talking about when we went and did works, we didn't want to be bound to no man. So what we did is, you seen us work. You can't say all these brothers came here and posted up. You know what I mean? They came for work. You know what I mean? That usually be our problem. We go in these other cities and states, and then we moving so fast, they're like, oh, whoa, this is happening too fast. We got to slow down, like, okay, let's chill out. Why? Because they got to see works. We ain't come here on vacation. We came here to work. So Paul was saying, like, you've seen us working. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an ensample unto you to follow us.
Right. You're supposed to see the example to follow. Go ahead.
For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
Yeah, if you don't work, you don't eat. Period, point blank. You don't work, you don't get blessed. He that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly. He that soweth bountifully shall reap bountifully. That's how it is. Spiritually and physically. Go ahead.
For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly.
They what?
Walk among you disorderly.
Why is he saying this? Because it's he's just like a parable? No, there was Israelites in Thessalonica that were what? Disgruntled as hell, that weren't doing what they supposed to be doing. So now he's setting up these things of like, listen, y'all see these brothers that's not doing what they supposed to be doing? There's a problem. Go ahead.
Working not at all.
Yeah, they're what?
Working not at all.
Yeah, you get cats that don't want to do the work of the Most High. You get cats that don't want to be busy in this. They want to be busy bodies. You get sisters that want to come in and be busy bodies. But when you talk about, hey, garments, sewing, meetings, this, that, they're like, oh, I'm busy. But you there to run your damn mouth. You there to cause confusion and discord. So Paul was checking all this. These things happen amongst black and Hispanic people. But you got to check them, man. You got to get it right. These are the things that get you kicked out, get you say, nah, we're not about that. Read. Come on.
But are busybodies.
They're what?
Busybodies.
Read.
Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Yahushua.
Go ahead.
That with quietness they work.
Yeah, you be like, listen, shut down. Listen, sister, keep your mouth and do what you got to do. This is what Paul's saying. We tell them, we exhorted them that they got to shut up and work. Go ahead.
And eat their own bread.
Right. Do your own work. Like you worried about everybody else. Do your work. Go ahead.
But ye, brethren, be not weary in well-doing.
Read.
And if any man obey not our word by this epistle,
go ahead.
Note that man.
Read.
And have no company with him.
See? I got it. You know why? Because you're not walking like the body. You're going to get that. You're not walking like the body. Note that man. Oh, this dude is disgruntled. This sister's disgruntled as hell. You know why? If you're not getting this, this is the type of individual that don't want to do the will of the Most High. They come in, you get people that come off the street, they come in to be gossipers. They come in to get a woman. They come in to get a man. They come in to cause confusion. FBI sends people. Police send people. You know what I mean? People just come to spy out. And they do what? In the middle to pull you out. Oh, bro, they teaching that. That happens. Now, I'm not strange about it. There's a lot of you brothers and sisters don't understand that when to cut off somebody, when they don't walk like we're walking. You don't see me doing that. You don't see me doing that. You don't see me doing that. So then I don't give a damn who does it. You're supposed to say, hold on, this brother's walking disorderly. I'm not going to walk like that brother. I'm not going to walk like that sister, right?
Good.
Y'all get this?
Good.
Then most of all, the standard is the scriptures. You see that? But even in that, I can't. If Jeremiah is rolling with his wife, and his wife start wilding out, I ain't going to be like, well, that's Jeremiah. Right? I'm going to judge him according to what he does. Y'all see that?
Good.
Y'all get this?
Good.
Same thing with us. When people come in here, we gotta let people know that brother's wilding out. That's not how we roll. Y'all get this?
Good.
And it comes to this point after the first, second, and third admonishing, you're like, okay, we done told you, and you're not here for peace. You're not here for order. You're not here to learn. You're here to be a busybody. You're here to get in people's business. You're here to just argue with brothers. You're here to fight. That's when you cut them off. Y'all get this?
Good.
Go ahead.
That have no company with him.
You see this? He went to the point that, like, listen, don't even kick it with this brother. Go ahead.
That he may be ashamed.
Yeah, but why though? Not to condemnation. You're not. This is all. You can't condemn nobody. You know, when the brother came in, and I tell y'all these situations because we're to show you we're not with them. But when the brother came in and he told us, he was like, "Yeah, I like that sister." Well, here's the situation. The man, these new people, mind you, new. They weren't here that long. He broke up with his wife. 2 weeks later, the other brother was like, well, I'm eyeballing her. We was like, no, you're not. Bro, if you even try to talk to her, you get suspended from the school. He looked at me like, okay, well then I get suspended. I'm like, all right, watch. If they've been broke up for 2 weeks, that's not a breakup. That's just an argument. The brother didn't listen to that. He went, and she had that adulterous spirit on her, and they went and laid together. Y'all both gotta go. Why? You walking like niggas. You're walking like you coming in here, and then they're gonna say what? Oh, ISB, HBK, y'all cats is adulterers over there. No, we not. Niggas that come into the school try to bring that, but they not walking as we walk. Y'all see that?
Good.
Just to get y'all, Israel don't understand this. I know y'all, some of y'all are like, well, yeah, I get that. But a lot of people don't. They don't understand that no matter what school, you get disgruntled, disorderly, crazy-ass lunatics among you, and you gotta check them. You get some that can't be checked, but there's some that want to change. There's some that know, man, we have brothers and sisters cry, I don't want to do it, I mess up, I'm sorry, and change. That's not a heretic. A heretic is one what? Subverted, not wanting to change, and he's going to keep going at you. He's going to try to push his point. Well, she loved me, I love her. We agreed on it. I'm like, no, I don't care what y'all agreed on. So they called the brother supposedly called the other brother. He said he's done with her. I'm like, I don't give a damn. Y'all judged that incorrectly. I'm done with her. So you helped her commit adultery. All three of y'all got to go. It's niggerism. Niggerism. But people come from the world, they come in with this mind, and then they come and trying to tell us how to deal. Y'all get this?
Got it.
How the hell you gonna come off the street, you an ex-thug, ex-drug dealer, ex-weed smoking, you 1 year get off of weed and now you can come tell us what the hell to do? This is the problem with people. This is the problem with black people. So you got to know, they're disorderly. They're walking disgruntled. They're heretics. Nah. Are you down with that? Hell no. All right, I just wanted to know. Because if you was down with it, I'm not going to be down with none of this. But if you ask me, that's the only time when you get up and pack your bags and leave. Not because one person is doing something stupid. You understand that?
Got it.
Because we're going to get rid of them. There's a lot of things we don't know. I'm not God. There's a lot of things we find out down the road. And what happens? We do what the scriptures say. We don't do like you say. We don't act emotional. We don't misjudge. We don't start throwing out slanders. We do what the scriptures say. We judge things correctly. We bring them, deal with them. What you said, him said, huh? Okay, he admitted. All right, that's how we deal with it. You see that? So this is just showing you in your life too. How do you cut people off in your life? See? This is important, man. And I'm saying that too because you start misjudging and not knowing when to cut people off. A mistake is not a heretic. A mistake, a person, oh, he's a heretic. That nigga's off. He made a mistake. But the mistake was real hard. Yeah, it was. But how do we know it was a mistake and he's not a nigga? We're going to get there. Go ahead. Finish.
Verse 15.
Go ahead.
Yet count him not as an enemy.
You see that? Not count him what?
Not as an enemy.
Count him what?
Not as an enemy.
So you don't count him as an enemy. I see you on the street, nigga. I'm sideswiping you. You don't do that. You check him, brother. We're not down with that. You got to go. Read.
But admonish him as a brother.
You check him. You correct him. Go from there. What verse you at?
I was at verse 15.
Okay, go from there. Go to 1 Corinthians 5 and 11. Come on. Dang. Time is Jesus. 1 Corinthians 5 and 11. We got 30 minutes.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
But now I have written unto you not to keep company, if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator.
When do you cut him off?
A brother be a fornicator.
Then you cut him off. You got him on the low, creeping, dipping off with basically giving Israel a bad name, sleeping with women and not caring. A fornicator too can be anything, right? Dipping in other gods, other philosophies. Right? Bruh. Gotta go. Sisters. Well, I just celebrate Christmas with my mom, but I come back home. Nah, what are you talking about? I ain't keeping company with you. Right? Go ahead.
Or covetous.
What? Covetous. You got someone lusting and taking, right? From you. That's when you like, nah, that's wrong. You see? He's making it plain and simple when you step away from people. Go ahead.
Or an idolater.
Read. Right. Idolater. Right? I mean, we know what idolatry is, but nowadays nobody's literally worshiping a stone. I mean, not everybody, for the most part. But you can worship other people. You can worship movie stars. You can worship many things before the Most High. That's an idolatry. Go ahead.
Or a railer.
Listen, or a railer. A brother that's overboard blazing into another brother. Just losing it on a brother. Bruh, you don't got no control. You understand? You see that? Go ahead.
Or a drunkard.
Or what? A drunkard. I'm dipping off, drinking. Right? This is where certain times where now your drink, you offending. You see this? I'm going to separate on this. Right? Go ahead. You're going to read down to verse 13.
Good. Or an extortioner.
Right. I mean, obviously, you extortion. You're an extortioner. Extorting for money. Extorting for anything. Right? Obviously, nah, bro. You corrupt. You belong in the mob. Don't come back to class. Go ahead.
With such and one, with such and one know not to eat.
Yeah, I don't even eat with you. That's when you cut them off, huh? You mean brothers and sisters, man, they cut them off because he ain't got fringes. Like, you didn't give him a chance. Brother, you and him got in an argument, just in a disagreement. You know what I mean? Now, it ain't even scriptures. This is disagreement. And you just cut them off. Like, what the? It don't work like that. You don't got the right. You brothers can't vibe together. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. There's got to be real reasons for you to cut somebody off. Valid reasons. As you're seeing, these reasons are disgruntled, belligerent demons that don't want to change. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For what have I to do? To judge them also that are without.
Go ahead.
Do not ye judge them that are within?
Yeah, because that's what we're doing. We deal with the brothers and sisters that are within. The Most High is judging them that without. So we got to judge each other according to the commandments and be, that brother and sister's not walking orderly. Judge them in the sense of, okay, you got to roll. Right? As a brother. It's nothing personal. I ain't going to like, even if listen, hey, I see you on the street, I'm going to still say shalom. Go ahead.
But them that are without, God judge it.
Right?
Therefore, put away from among yourselves that wicked person.
Y'all see this? That's when you separate. You see the extreme fornicators, idolaters, extortioners, adulterers. That's when you put it away. Y'all get this? 2 Timothy 3, real quick. I'm not going to touch on all these because y'all get it, but we're going to touch on a little bit. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read this. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves. It says, in their own selves, coveted, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankworthy, unholy. It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of themselves, having a form of godliness, but denying the power of it says, the power thereof, for from such turn away. From such turn away. What are we turning away from? Coveters, boasters, proud, blasphemers. These are all disgruntled, man. It said disobedient to parents. Ain't got no respect for their parents or their spiritual parents. Unthankworthy, unholy, without you got that brother that is just naturally naturally
No love.
no love. You know what I mean? Just naturally an a-hole. Like, you can't naturally be like that. Natural love got to be in you. But remember, I'm gonna keep putting this in your head. This is the person that don't want to change. Because you got this in Israel. But you got people working it out of them. You got people, man, blasphemers. You got people disobedient to their parents. It says unthankful. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Unthankful, y'all? How many unthankful Israelites? Do you just cut off every unthankful Israelite? No. You know where they're cut off? You're right on?
Yeah, they're regular racist.
It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those things that are good. It says, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. It says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. From such turn away. Y'all see this?
Good.
That's who we're supposed to be turning away from, man. Why? Why?
Because it goes against the Most High.
Right. But what we got to do before we turn away?
We have to give them. We have to talk to them once or twice.
We got to admonish them. Right?
Admonition is pretty-
Go to Ecclesiasticus 19 and 13. Ecclesiasticus 19 and 13. So, now we're transitioning. You know what a heretic is, right? Y'all got a good idea, scripturally, what a heretic is. And what type of person you're not even going to sit and eat with. Right? All these things are based on an equation of they don't care. You can have a brother or sister unthankworthy, fierce, a false accuser, and you can correct them. Right?
Good.
And they can change. A lot of brothers don't understand that. A lot of sisters don't understand that. You got to give them the correction. You can't just cut them off. What?
Is that like when the scriptures say if you have a problem with a brother?
We're going there.
Okay.
We're going there. We're going there right now.
Okay.
Watch. Read. 19 and 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19 and verse 13.
You're on point. You are on point. Go.
Admonish a friend.
What?
Admonish a friend.
Yes. You're supposed to admonish him. And like we're going to go to Matthew 18. You go to him. Go ahead.
It may be he had not done it.
First of all, the problem with Israel is you cut a brother off and you don't even know if he did it or not. Why? Because Israelites don't know how to judge things correctly. You jump to conclusions. Well, they said, you said this about me. You know what I mean? I ain't dealing with you no more. Nah, don't even call me. Instead of saying, hey, I heard somebody said, you said this about me. Is that true? It says what?
Admonish a friend.
Hey, bro, are you over here doing such and such? Well, yeah, I did that, but before I did that before the fact. Well, you know we don't walk like that. That's walking this. I know. I'm sorry. Not just through word, but through what?
Through action.
You got to see their action, right? You got to see them change, right? All right. Well, bro, you need to watch out for that. That's wrong. Admonish a friend. Admonish a brother. You correct that sister. Go ahead.
It may be he had not done it.
Because, yeah, a lot of times it may be he had not done it. Somebody lying on him. Go ahead.
And if he have done it,
right,
then he do it no more.
If he have done it, he do it no more. That he what?
Do it no more.
Go ahead.
Admonish thy friend.
Uh-huh.
It may be he had not said it.
Go ahead.
And if he have, that he speak it not again.
So, This is what. Now go to Matthew 18. Go to Matthew 18 and 20.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 20.
Let's learn the process of cutting somebody off. Because we got the equation, but the first scripture I wanted you to understand, even being a heretic, they are to be admonished once, twice, 3 times before you just be like, no, I'm done with him. I say, he wicked. He off. You got to let them know. You got to admonish them. You got to correct them. How many times? Go.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 20.
Go ahead.
For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I.
It's 21. Jump to that point.
Verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
Right. So wait a minute. You got all these heretics. You got all these disgruntled, belligerent demons. But I know a lot of brothers and sisters that got those same demons on them that's trying to try. The difference with a heretic is he trying to argue with you. The difference with this brother, when you admonish him, he what? He's going to correct it. He do it no more. So if he do it no more and tries to work on it, right? You got to treat him as a brother. You can't just say, you know what, you did this and it's over. You did this twice. Hold on, watch, it's going to tell us. Go ahead.
How oft shall my brother sin against me?
Go ahead.
And I forgive him?
Go ahead.
Till 7 times?
Till what?
Till 7 times?
Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto him,
Go ahead.
I say not unto thee until 7 times.
Go ahead.
But until 70 times 7.
Man, we got brothers, man. We literally went over the class right with you here. Listen, don't go sleep with this woman. Don't deal with her. We literally told, we got a lot of young brothers that's overzealous and simple-minded. They go run, sleep with her, and then their conscience be messed up, right? But they were disobedient. What's the difference between a heretic? A heretic gonna be like, bruh, I didn't break the law. That's my rib. That's a heretic. The brother that made the mistake and know he got demons on him is gonna come with his head down and say, you know what? Damn, man. I was in that class, but now I see. I messed up. That's the difference. Everybody wasn't a heretic, because if that's the case, everybody that messed up is just going to be cut off. We're going to be cutting niggas off left and right. You're off. You're off. You're off. You're off. I'm off. Everybody's off. This is how it works, man. That's why I say y'all got to know what y'all judging. That's why the first place I went to, the heretic, yeah, they're going to be cut off. But they don't care. They're going to get in an argument with you. They're going to do what? Hold this, hold that, hold this, flip that. Go to Ecclesiastes 32, verse 17. Ecclesiastes 32, verse 17. Go ahead. And we hold that Matthews. Read that Ecclesiastes 32, 17. Jeremiah, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved.
He will what?
Not be reproved.
That's the difference with a heretic. A heretic ain't going to listen. He's going to be making excuses. But a righteous person, watch, read on.
But finding an excuse.
But doing what?
Finding an excuse.
What happened is I tripped and I fell and I fell on her. We fell on each other. 32 and 17. Ecclesiastes 32 and 17. It's like, yeah, bro, but we told you. You know, I messed up. Truthfully, my lust got best of me, hold of me, and I fell. Con. Yeah. The Most High said, I beheld among the youth the simple one, void of understanding. Right? He went by the harlot's house and what?
Got slayed.
He got slayed. Literally, both ways. Right? Go ahead.
According to his will.
In what?
According to his will.
Yeah, so that's the difference. A heretic, what did we find out about the heretic? He want to argue. He want to babble. He want to go back and forth about things. He's looking for an excuse why not to be corrected. That ain't every brother. That's not every brother. Y'all get that? That's not every sister. Some people have a conscience and actually say, yeah, that was wrong. Or put their head down. Or don't say nothing and just like, come, you're right. I messed up. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
A man of counsel will be considerate.
But see, that humble man, the one that knows he did wrong, the ones that take counsel from the Most High, he'd be considerate. He'd be like, we got brothers like that too, that mess up 70 times in one day. And what? I'm wrong. Yeah, I didn't do that. I messed up here. I messed up there. Yeah, obviously it ain't through fornication. I commit fornication 100 times, 70. No, but it's little things. You know what I mean? Little things. And their conscience beats on them. Man, I messed that up. Yeah, I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do that. I just disobeyed that order. I did that. You know what I mean? You don't just be like, you know what? You're a heretic, brother. You got to be like, listen, you got to get it right. That's when this comes into play. Watch. Read where you at, Matthew 18. Don't sit down, Jeremiah. Read that.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 22.
Go ahead.
Yahushua saith unto him, I say not unto thee, until 7 times.
Go ahead.
But until 70 times 7.
Why? Because a man of counsel is considerate. You give him counsel and you admonish him, the man of counsel is gonna be like, you know what? That's right. I messed up. Right? Read on in Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
Second precept.
Uh-huh.
But a strange and proud man.
But a what?
A strange and proud man.
You acting like a heathen. You strange now. And a proud man, go ahead.
Is not daunted with fear.
That's the heretic. That's the heretic. Why? Because you going through scripture and he's like, you know what I mean? He like, I ain't gonna get checked. Nobody gonna check me. I did. What did it say? Those that are out, the Most High checks. Like, well, we can't check you no more. We have to deliver you where? Paul said, as one delivered on one to Satan. That means that we got to put him out so the Most High can deal with him and the world can deal with him. And then what? You don't got no longer the priests and the brothers and the sisters to say, hey, that's the wrong way. You got what? The cops. You got Satan always coming to the Most High and saying, oh, you know what? There he go again. You have to whim of Satan. But when you get admonished from your brother, now you're able to be pulled back from the hand of Satan. The heretic ain't hearing that. Read on.
Even when of himself he had done without counsel.
Yeah, he did it without counsel. He did it without wisdom. We were like, bro, why'd you do that? Because I was thinking in my head, it's like, yeah, but don't you know in a multitude of counsel is there safety? Why you didn't do like the scriptures say? The scriptures say, do nothing without advice. The scriptures say, a wise man will hear and increase in learning. The scriptures say, wear out the doorsteps of the wise. Why you didn't do none of those things? Well, that strange and proud man, he's not daunted with fear. He's not touched by the Most High going to get me. He's like, well, then the Most High going to have to get me. You know how you get women like that? Well, then he's going to have to get me. Where he at? Where he at? Where he at? You go out back out there, next you know, you're a whore on the street, doing drugs. It's like, can't play with the Most High. He's not mocked. That's the heretic. Read where you at. Back in Matthew. You're done with that. I know there's more, but you're done. Go ahead.
Verse 22, on top. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times.
Right.
But until 70 times 7.
Read.
Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king.
Right. So until 70 times 7. You understand that? I got to forgive him. Now he's going to show you how much, why to forgive him. And he goes down and tells you, the king, and we ain't got time, but the king went, one was in debt, he forgave him of that debt. That guy that was in debt had another guy that was in debt to him. He didn't go ahead and forgive him of that debt. You know what the gist of it is? How is it that the Most High forgave you, but you want to come back and hold the next man and condemn him? I did that quick because we only got 15 minutes. You understand that? So the only time we condemn a cat to that level to where he got to be cast out is when he don't want to hear. He already did what?
Condemn himself.
He condemned himself. It's not even you. He don't want to hear, right? Proverbs 15 to 10. Proverbs 12 and 1. Come on. Let's get them out.
Chapter 15 and verse 10.
And then Christian, give me Proverbs 13 and 1. Go.
Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way.
Yeah, that's the only time. Go ahead.
And he that hateth reproof shall die.
Yeah. The person that, just write them down, sis. I know I'm moving fast.
Yeah, I wrote them down.
Okay, write them down and then you can read them later. I know we be moving so fast. We got like 15 minutes and I want to let y'all go on time. I don't want to hold class up too long. But yeah, y'all see this? This is how we got to deal. This is how we got to understand. This is how I get it. I understand. I know the difference between a heretic, a brother that is trying to get it right, a brother that's making mistakes, and trust me, we got a lot of brothers that's dumbest mistakes. Like, why'd you do that? Like, what the f is your problem? But you gotta what? The brother's like, I don't know. You gotta like, he's like, I don't know why. Yeah, but see, this is the repercussions. You correct him, you check him. But then you got brothers that what? Don't want to change. You sisters, well, I don't care. Eventually, you're gone. Ain't gonna be enough. Then if you want to get into idolatry, fornication, straight out doing stuff like that, you're gonna be going quicker. You understand? You're gonna be going quicker. Y'all see this?
Good.
But you gotta tell them. And if they forsake the way, then the Most High is gonna deal with them. Then give me the next one, Proverbs 12 and 1.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 1.
Right?
Whoso loveth instruction, loveth knowledge.
Yeah, but the ones that want instruction, they want to hear. You know what? Show me where I was off at. But a wicked man is finding an excuse. But see, listen, but you're not trying to listen to me. But see, that's what I'm saying. I can't talk. It's like, you stop. You up. What do you want to say? You trying to justify yourself. Okay, go ahead and talk. No, I don't want to talk no more. I got you. Come. You see this? When you know you're wrong, just admit to it. Then the Most High can work with you. Go ahead, read.
But he that hateth reproof is brutish.
Yeah, but you will see it though. A guy that finding the excuse, he's the brute. He's walking around that door. He can act any old way, deal any old way, talk any old way. He's not looking at character, standard. He's not looking at that. He's a brute. You understand that? He's a heretic. Ain't nothing going to stop him but what? The hand of the Most High. 13 and 1. Proverbs 13 and 1. And then give me John 3 and 20. Read.
A wise son heareth his father's instruction.
Yeah, because if he was wise, he would hear. The heretic would listen. Go ahead.
But a scorner heareth not rebuke.
You see that? That's the heretic. But the brother that falls 7 times, right? Give it for me. Proverbs 26. But the brother that falls 7 times,
24 and 16.
24 and 16, right.
Right.
Read that.
Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16.
Go ahead.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
Why do you need to forgive 70 times 7, brothers?
For a just man falleth 7 times.
What's the difference between a just man and a heretic falling?
Just man gonna hearken to reproof.
A just man is going to hearken to reproof. A heretic is a belligerent, brute animal. He don't want to hear. He's going to keep finding excuses, and he's going to keep doing it. A just man knows, and we don't got time to get it, 2 Corinthians 8. Godly sorrow worketh repentance unto salvation, not to be repented of. That's what a just man understands. The heretic, he ain't trying to change. Y'all get this? Where you at?
Proverbs 24, verse 16.
Read it again.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
Go ahead.
And riseth up again.
Right.
But the wicked shall fall into mischief.
Why? Because Proverbs 13 and 1. A wise son heareth his father's instructions, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. He don't want to hear that. A person that is a scorner, they literally are just talking down and being against. He's the heretic. Y'all get this? John 3 verse 20.
St. John chapter 3 verse 20.
Go ahead.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
Go ahead.
Neither cometh to the light.
Read it again.
For everyone that hateth evil, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
So how do you know the heretic? They hate the light. But a righteous man, the one you don't cut off, that falls 7 times, he heareth rebuke. Simple. This is how you know who to cut off and who not to cut off. Y'all get this?
God.
And most of all, you can't be a nigga and messing up 70,000 times, and then this brother messes up 70,000 times, but then you be like, what? His 70,000 times are more wicked than your 70,000 times. That's wicked, That's wicked. That's off. That's not just. That's what a lot of Israelites' problem is. You understand? And I'm not saying that because I let negative slide. I'm saying that because you see the level. I told y'all examples of brothers that we kicked out of the school. But because he was disgruntled, he told me to my face, no, she gonna be mine. I was like, all right, nigga, you want to be that tough? I was like, she gonna be yours, you in the street. And then the Most High dealt with them. The Most High dealt with them. I'm not just saying that. I'm saying the Most High dealt with them. It was a bad situation because God is not mocked. Y'all see that? So I'm not saying that forgiving your brother because we put up with niggas being disgruntled. I'm trying to show you that Israel, you can't cut everybody out. There's a lot of brothers and sisters that just mess up and make mistakes, but don't want to be demons. Y'all get this? And you'll know because they'll change, they'll work, they'll fix. Y'all see this? And we know there's a wicked man that hangeth down his head, but inward is full of deceit. But listen, how do you know? How do you know how to deal with him? You might not be able to see the works right out. Huh? How about if Lakara, he made a mistake, and he said to me, it was a mistake, man, I messed up. But it was something wrong, like real bad. Whatever you pick in your mind, it was bad. He did it. And he came and said, I messed up. Forgive me. And he did the look up, the like, I'm falling apart, look up. But in his heart, the scripture says, there's a wicked man that hangeth down his head, but in his heart is full of deceit. How would I know what's in his heart? What?
His actions.
Okay, but your actions don't show right away. How would I know?
Time.
Huh? What?
Give it time.
What?
Time.
Time. Israelites think, I put this on everything. Brothers really think they know everything in men's heart. I don't know what's in this man's heart. You understand? I'm not Christ. All I can do is what? If he repents, right? I gotta forgive him. But what about if he's deceptive with his repents? And he knows we had a sister like that in this school. She knew we would help you out. We'd be there for you. We would give. She came in, she took advantage of that. She went from here to San Antonio and took advantage of that. Right? And still trying to come back and take advantage of that. Because she know we're going to follow the scriptures, right? But you went too far. You a demon. You understand? You trying to pop camp to camp and have sex with every brother in the camp? Hell no. You understand? No. No, no, no. We're not stupid. But this is the spirits we get. They come with that church mentality and what? Try to bring it right here. Nah, we can't be none of that. Y'all get this? But her deceit was revealed. You can't hang down your head for too long. The Most High is going to reveal what you are in time. Y'all get this? So I'm just showing you that. You see how much wisdom and knowledge you got to have in the scriptures to judge correctly? It ain't just, the brother, where your fringes at, huh? Him wicked. He don't got money to buy fringes. Right? She don't got money to buy a head wrap yet. Give her time. Tell her. Show her. Give them time. And then you will see, you know them by their fruit. Eventually, the time got to reveal. You can't be in a year in the truth and then ain't got one fringe shirt. Man, you ain't trying at all. Right? You see what I'm saying? But then again, you can't come in a week and then think the brother is like is supposed to transform like all robes and garments is flying and you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. What?
See, I don't forget about that scripture in John. He said, if you have two coats and your brother has none,
give him one.
Give him one.
Yeah, there you go. You ain't got no fringes, give him one.
Right.
Give him a fringe shirt. Right? So it's things like that a lot of Israelites don't judge correctly and they swear they're on point. You understand that?
Good.
And we get them right in here, man. We get brothers that deal with brothers and go at each other. And it's like, hold on, Akim. Y'all are clashing because y'all not looking at this and that. And then you got that brother. No, I can't deal with that brother. Nigga, if we said that to you, how would you feel? You know how many times you played the double-minded, unsure, unfaithful brother, and we were like, listen, keep fighting for your Yahushai, keep going at it, Ak. And you're quick to what? To the next brother. Oh, I can't deal with him, Ak. Like, really? That's some hypocritical madness, man. That's madness. But what is our job? To give you the information. To give you the knowledge on how to correctly judge. Because the same way you judge, you're going to be judged. I got more, but we ain't got time. I got a few more. We ain't got time for it though. But y'all get this, right? And that's what we wanted to. That's what I wanted to in the spirit to hopefully edify y'all, man, and give y'all the right way to look at things. You know what I mean? The right way to judge things according to the scriptures, not according to your emotions or what you think. Y'all get this?
Good.
Alright, so, alright, anybody got any questions on that? I mean, real quick, anything, sis? I know you're there, you're like, what the? No, you got anything?
No, I'm familiar with it.
Okay, alright, so you don't got no questions on that?
No.
Okay, alright,
And
yeah.
yesterday, I thought I wrote it down, your number, just in case we have questions.
Yeah, 281-707-2737. Now, if you make sure you got a husband. Okay, I was gonna say make sure you ask your husband. Yeah, because I don't want no man hitting me up. You can still ask questions, just as long as it's on the scriptures. You know what I mean? I got to be careful on that, man. Before, there'd be times where I just say, yeah, hit me up if y'all got any questions. And it'd be a sister and her husband be like, who you talking to? I'm like, oh, got to tell them that. Don't be having your husband think you talking to some Sancho. All right, so anything else? Do we got anything online? We got anything online? Yeah, anything online, real quick. I mean, we got 2 minutes, few minutes. It is 9. I'm ending it on time, so I'm just making sure that anybody have any question on that topic. All right, y'all brothers and sisters online, if y'all got any question, I'm opening up the floor, the last few minutes to open it up. And while y'all doing that, reminding y'all, Passover is Sunday. Come join us if y'all would like. It's going to be great. A lot of food. Fun, brothers and sisters. All right? And most of all, following the commandments. Yeah.
I was just going to say, permission to be dismissed.
Yeah, you got to roll.
I told him I wanted to come to class first, but he waited till after I left the shop to come.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Listen, if y'all off Sunday, we want to try to hit this street speaking tomorrow. So we're trying to get all the brothers together for the street speaking. All right, Saturday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, it's going to happen. We got everybody. All right?
Okay, so I'm going to go to work first.
Okay, so that's what you're going to do. All right, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, all right.
That's how we do it.
I know what you mean. It's all good. All right, we'll see you. Shalom. So, anybody got anything online?
What's it?
No?
Oh, Romans 11, verse 11 through 22. Is the scripture talking about some Gentiles can be grafted?
Oh, we'll go over that. I'll go over that one tomorrow morning. That's not just a quick question. Sabbath morning starts at 10. We'll be here at 10 in the morning. And then I'll go over the questions, all right, instead of just giving you a few scriptures now. Because we'll go another 2 or 3 hours, all right? So not trying to duck and run, because we're going to be right here tomorrow. We ain't afraid. All right, what else? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, other than that, salute them online. Say shalom, y'all.
Shalom. Shalom.
We'll see y'all in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What do we do about the t-shirts that somebody took? They said they were putting something on the t-shirts.
Where they at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna leave you comfortless. It's his, right? For the Passover?
Yeah.
Oh, is it for the Passover or is it just regular?
It's for the Passover.
Okay, yeah, they got you. They got you. Let me hit up. No, it's all good though. I mean, that way he can have it. Yeah, we're not gonna leave it. Last year, did you come to Passover last year? You showed up and we gave it to you at the Passover, right?
I already had it.